It's almost time for Halloween. Cosplay, carving pumpkins, and candy. I like cosplay. I think it's fun to dress up in costumes and be creative. It's kind to give candy to the neighbors even if you don't celebrate Halloween. This time of year, it's a good idea for Christians to fast because the focus is still on Satan and doing evil. Most people who dress up and have a pumpkin decorated cookie are not trying to worship Satan. They're just having fun at a party or whatnot. There's just a spiritual aspect to what we do. It's good for a Christian to abstain. I want to talk about Satan. Like heaven and hell, a lot of people have a very cartoony picture of what he's like. He's not a strict guy you can talk out of your punishment if you hit his heartstrings. He's not a guy in a red jumpsuit with horns and a pitchfork. That's Pan from Greek mythology, who's depicted as a half-humanoid, half-goat creature. Satan is a cold-blooded hunter of souls. He prowls around like a roaring or prowling lion who's on the hunt, seeking whom he can devour spiritually. He's more than happy to use whatever sounds good to tempt us, whether it's lust after an idol, or people-pleasing, or the pride of life, that is getting cool points from peers, or keeping up with the Joneses, lusting after everything we see. It's not bad to want nice things or to be loved. But when we take a good thing, something God has given as a gift, and make it a God thing, we get in trouble. Satan was at one time the right-hand angel to God, but he became malignantly narcissistic and wanted to be God, not God off his throne. God is the creator, and Satan is a created being. No contest. God said no and flicked him out of heaven like a booger off a finger. There's a spiritual warfare for our souls. Our soul is basically us, our spirit. Satan is a liar and a deceiver. It's not a chess match between God and Satan, like depicted in some movies. God is the creator and very much in charge of it all. Satan tries to get people to put an idol at the center of their lives, so they'd follow that instead of God. The thing is, when you have someone who puts a thing at the center of life instead of relationships with God and people? An addict. Ta-da! Of course, Satan didn't tell that to Jesus when he was trying to tempt him and offered him the world, that he was trying to make him his slave. The thing is, when one becomes addicted to an idol such as money, sex, power, drugs, alcohol, etc., they end up destroying all the good things in their life. God calls things sin because they're not how he designed things to work and or to protect love, depending on what we're talking about. People who are addicted to an idol become users of others. They value the thing over relationships. Satan's at war for our soul. That's why there's so many blind eyes spiritually. And that's why there's so many false religions in the world. Satan makes things seem like a good idea or no big deal. But in the end, we end up being cast into eternal darkness, cut off from God and all of life. We're usually drawn away by our own lusts and desires. This life here, this time and space is just temporary. God the Creator is very much in charge of it all. He allows Satan to tempt us in this life, allowing us to choose what we'll follow. God doesn't want us to be lost and cast into darkness. He would prefer that we choose life. The Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some count slackness, but is long-suffering towards you, not wishing that any should perish, but all should come to repentance. 2 Peter 3:9. At the end of time, there will be a great white throne of judgment, where every person, from the beginning of time to the end, stand before a holy God, Lord, and give account of their life. Those that don't have Jesus will be cast into the lake of fire for all eternity. If you already have Jesus, then you already have it all. As a Christian, in the walk there will be times we slip up and fall. God is right there helping us work it through, helping us to grow and pick up the pieces, like the apostles and other men of faith in the Bible. You can see where they slipped and fell in their journey. God is right there helping lift us back up when we slip and fall. Through the cross, God forgives all sin. We live a life one day at a time, even one moment at a time. Life is a journey, a marathon, and we can't sprint our way to the finish line. And God is there helping us along the way. Cheers.